Despite a historic night for Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders is doubling down on his promise to battle all the way to the convention. Listen.
We are going to fight hard to win the primary in Washington, D.C. And then we take our fight for social, economic, racial, and environmental justice to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Here to talk about it, Leslie Marshall, syndicated radio host and a Fox News contributor, and Lars Larson, syndicated radio host for Compass Media Networks. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Lars, let me start with you. I mean,
sure.
He would have a much easier time making this argument if he had won California. But now to stay in, how does he justify it?
I don't think he can justify it, because even if you take away the rigged system of superdelegates, Hillary Clinton still wins this race on delegates. She still wins the race for the nomination by about 3 million votes. And if Bernie really wants to make this a movement of the people and a revolution for social justice and all the other nonsense he's been throwing out, he has to accept that more millions of American Democrats chose her than chose him. So he really doesn't have a case.
Leslie, what is he hanging in for? I mean, it's almost as if he thinks there's an indictment coming or something. I mean, I don't really see any other way that he makes this work by staying in.
Well, I don't think he thinks it's an indictment. I think he thinks it's exactly what he said all along. A couple of things here. First, a revolution. And second of all, he is a true believer and has said all along he does follow through with what he says until the last vote is cast and the last vote is counted, until that convention and all of the superdelegates that are pledged to her are truly hers. He does not feel there is a nominee, and he still feels he's in it to win it, even though, like you said, rightly so, without California, there's absolutely zero chance. And there was zero chance before that the superdelegates were going to switch their loyalty to him.
Lars, is he hurting her by staying in? Because in some ways, I mean, he makes her look more sympathetic. Here she is trying to celebrate her victory as the first woman to be nominated by a major party, and he won't even concede to her and let her have it. So in some ways, maybe he's helping her.
I think he is helping her, and he's also helping my candidate, Donald Trump, because about a third of Sanders supporters have said if they don't get the nominee they want, Bernie Sanders, they're going to vote for Donald Trump. About a third say that. And I love it when Leslie whistles past the political graveyard of Hillary Clinton's ambitions, because she understands that James Comey and the FBI are still investigating Hillary. She's the first woman nominee of a major party, but she's also the first person in American history, as far as I can tell, who will be nominated for president under federal investigation by the FBI and facing possible indictment. And if Comey delivers an indictable case to Loretta Lynch and Lynch declines to prosecute, that could be almost as bad.
Leslie, he lobbed that Molotov cocktail right into your yard. I'll let you respond to it.
There's not going to be an indictment, Lars. Legal experts, graveyard or not, have basically said, and everything that we're hearing coming out of the FBI and even the emails released, was this reckless? Perhaps. Was it poor judgment? Perhaps. Was it not following policy, in violation of policy? Yes. Criminal? I don't think so. And I don't think there's going to be an indictment, which is why we see the support in the polls, even with her being under investigation currently.
Lars, how does she handle this gracefully? Because she looked graceful last night, but you have to think behind the scenes, Hillary Clinton's furious and wants to probably run Bernie Sanders over with her car.
I think she does probably want to run Bernie Sanders over with a car. Here's how she could do it. She could do it the way any legitimate politician would. She could come out and meet with the press and actually take some hard questions and settle some of these issues. And by the way, for Leslie, Hillary Clinton admits that she destroyed public documents. That is a federal crime. And one of the punishments for that federal crime, if indicted and convicted, is you can't hold public office for at least 3 years. So she's committed crimes, Leslie. There's no two ways about it.
All right. We know where Lars would come down if he were the judge. Leslie, how do you think that Hillary Clinton should handle Bernie Sanders now? What's a graceful way to get through this without running him over with the car?
I think what happened in 2008, in a sense, between her and our current president, Barack Obama. You have a private meeting. You say, what do you want? VP, Secretary of State, Supreme Court nomination. And do you promise not to run for my second term? It's very clear with the president meeting with Senator Sanders as well as Harry Reid that a lot of Democrats are talking to him about not taking this all the way to the convention floor. Half of his staff will be gone this week. His funds are almost gone. I don't see how he can take it to the end of July, but he's definitely fully bent on doing so.
We're going to leave it there. Thanks, guys. That was fun. Greg.
Thank you.